Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be looking at some of the best value meta icons that you can get in FIFA 23 right now. Are you fed up of getting out-teamed on FIFA? Want that God squad that you've always dreamed of? Check out MMOEXP and use code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out the link below. MMOEXP, the best place to buy coins. Okay, so we are starting off with Dennis Bergkamp. We're starting off from cheapest price to most expensive. Icons are an interesting one. In general, you don't get great value with icons. They're very hard to pack, even though they're in packs generally for most of the FIFA. Obviously, we get sometimes they take the babies out, it's only middle and prime, or it's just World Cups for a while. It varies. But icons are in packs a lot more than just promo cards are in for a week, but they're very rare. A lot of people have never packed an icon on FIFA. Let me know in the comments, have you ever packed an icon on FIFA? And that doesn't include the SBCs where you get a guaranteed one. I'm talking just from a general pack where you get an icon. So quite often they're very expensive, but there is some very good value hidden gems out there. Bergkamp at 150k. Very, very solid card. Icons probably aren't quite as valuable as they previously was because the chemistry on them isn't as good as it used to be. But this Bergkamp card, if you play with like the cam roll and put a hawk on him or an engine, very good card. A hawk on him makes his shooting near 99 on a lot of key stats. Puts his pace up a lot. An engine makes his pass and dribbling insane. And he's a pretty solid card in general. Got both shooting traits. Very cheap for what he is. Nedved, very versatile. Can play cam as well, so very easy to fit into your team. Chemistry-wise in terms of slotting into a position. Very good stats. Can play anywhere in the midfield or attack, to be honest. Got 5-star weak foot as well, which is very nice. Wayne Rooney, honestly, more of a centre mid in my opinion, which people might look and think, but he ain't that good at defending, Zal. But the thing is, he's rapid. His defending, I would say, it's somewhat there. His physical's absolutely outrageous for a midfielder. He's got a great shot. His dribbling stats, whilst not bad, aren't probably good enough to be a really good attacker. I almost don't get why Rooney's passing. I don't say it's bad, it's okay, but his passing definitely should be better. But sticking an engine on him makes him a really good centre mid. And 3-star, 4-star, I don't think really makes him a great attacker. But he's a card with lots of great stats, so making him into a centre mid for a few hundred K, decent nation being English, I think can make him a very good player. Xavi, not the most meta card on FIFA. I'm not sure, unless the game drastically changes, we'll see a card like Xavi be super meta. However, decent enough pace, one of the best passing stats in the game, very good on the ball, actually feels okay defensively. I used this card for a weekend league, quite liked him, can shoot when needed, 4-star skills, the weak foot's not great, but he's so good on the ball that you can get him onto a strong foot for the most part. Fernando Torres, surprised how cheap this was. I do these videos tends to be like once a month or so, and I was amazed to see how cheap Torres was. He was like 400k for his prime. 4-star, 4-star, good in the air, rapid with a hawky getting 99 finishing, 95 shot power, 97 pace. Great physically when you put the hawk on him, considering the price. Good on the ball, very, very good card. The problem, obviously, with a lot of these cards is you are going to be limited. You're not really going to get 5-star for good value, but there is a couple that you'll see later on. Prime Rio, one of the most popular centre backs for years on FIFA. Good enough pace still at this point in the game. One of the best set of defending stats you're going to get. Good physical, okay on the ball, 6'2", and he's 500k. To put that into perspective, Lucio's Bundesliga card I think it's like 2 million. Is it better than this Rio? Yes. Is it 4 times better? No. Eric Cantona, the baby one, very, very good card, very good stats across the board. 5-star, 4-star. French is probably the best nation on the game, I would say, this year. So you're getting a really, really good card for like 550k. He probably is actually, like, based on like attackers on this game right now, actually good value. Like, when I do these icon lists, if a lot of them wouldn't get into a general value list, but for icons they are. And I try give you different videos to give you guys different options, whereas this Cantona just is good value in general. 5-star, 4-star with these stats, it's great. Prime Kaká, we're getting another 5-star, 4-star. I do think the Cantona card probably is better in game because of the physicality. Basically, it's very similar except for the physicality on Cantona. Kaká's maybe a bit better on the ball. But if you want to use a card like Kaká, get that Brazil link, Kaká is very good. Prime Essien, maybe not the most meta year for midfielders like him, where you want to be a bit more well-rounded, but he is definitely good enough going forward that he's not like a liability. His passing's okay. He's okay on the ball because of his body type and height, but he's very quick and obviously insane defending and physical. Prime Desai, similar to Rio, a little bit more clunky, but better physically, but an inch smaller. They tend to play pretty similar on the game, but Desai does have that French nation, which for most people is probably going to come in more useful. Mateus, mid-Mateus, rapid in midfield. The World Cup Mateus wasn't too bad value either, if I remember right. But 4-star weak foot, insane defending stats, good enough physical. The passing's great, good shot. Bit clunky on the ball. You do have to be a bit more careful with him, but he's got a good weak foot. But Mateus, absolutely rapid. And you can't really overlook how good pace is on the game. Eusebio. Now, this card is not cheap, but for people, especially those who don't use skills, he's about as good as it gets. With a Hawk, he's got 99 pace, 96 finishing, 99 shot power, 97 long shots. His passing's okay, especially when you consider the weak foot. He's about as good as it gets on the ball. He's good physically. This card's insane and actually pretty decent value compared to what you normally have to pay for a card like this. And Eusebio just is different in game with his body type and just how he plays. Suka, this card's under 100k. Is it insane? No. Is it insane value for a card that's going to get guaranteed chemistry with these stats? Yes. Suka's not a top icon on FIFA, but he's decent and usable. Crespo, one of the best value players in the actual game right now, I would say. The nation's decent. There are some decent Argentinian players on the game, of course, so chemistry could be helpful. But it's the fact he's got a 5-star weak foot and he's 70k. The fact he can get guaranteed chemistry, because Icon's obviously, as long as he's in the right position, get it. He's getting guaranteed chemistry. With a Hunter, he's going to have 95 pace, 99 finishing, good shot power, good on the ball, decent physical, good in the air. The issue with this Crespo, and you can see I've used him quite a bit because I packed him untradeable from a pack. What pack was it? I think it was about World Cup swaps. His passing isn't great, and you do have to be very careful with that. However, he's fairly clinical, good on both feet, obviously. He's not the best on the ball, but because he can go on both feet, that helps him a lot, and he's pretty quick. So it's a good card, and insane when you look at the price. Hadji, a lot of people don't realise, but this card has 5-star weak foot, so very, very nice for the price you're getting him at. Drogba, 500k. Part of the price of Drogba is probably how popular Drogba is as a player. Very good card, though. Bit clunky when I used him, but with an engine, you can fix that. He doesn't really need to put more shooting stats on. An engine does make him a bit more usable on the ball, but you could just go Hunter, max out his shooting, get a lot quicker, but just rely on the fact you're going to know he's a bust. Great physical as well. Zambrotta. Now, Zambrotta, for me, in old FIFAs, I would say is not cheap. And I don't think he's cheap, but for an icon who can play either fullback position, and he's up there in terms of the meta, he's one of the better ones. There's a lot of fullbacks who are a lot more expensive and hard to link in, so I think he's pretty good. Luis Figo, very good value at the elite end of players, in my opinion. 800k for a 5-star, 4-star winger who's got 99 pace with a Hunter. Great shooting, very good passing, good on the ball, solid enough physical, very good card. Butragueño, similar price, 4-star, 5-star. Bit like Eusebio, honestly. Not quite as good as Eusebio. Eusebio's got a bit better shooting, quite a bit better physical. But for a cheaper option, about a third of the price, I think this Butragueño is very good value. The fact he's got the skill boost here is nice as well. Pires, similar to the Figo card, honestly. Figo's card's better, in my opinion, and a bit cheaper. Figo's better physically, better shot power. However, Pires is French, so that could be a difference for some people. And Pires, can Figo play cam? Yeah, Pires is a bit easier to fit because he can play both wings for positions as well. And then the last card in the video is Pirlo. We mentioned him in a video the other day. I don't think he's crazy value when you compare him to a lot of other mids, but for a Pirlo card, that's very usable. 5-star, 4-star, definitely meta and can get into teams. And you have to also bear in mind, he's an icon. I think he's pretty good value. So, mixed bag in this video in terms of some that are more just because they're icons, some that are just great value in general. Hopefully this video has helped you out. I appreciate you guys a lot. Appreciate the support you show me and the channel. Keep it spicy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.